Also, notice the IGN Summer of Gaming presented by the U.S. Air Force. Do not join the U.S. military. There you go. Do not. Unless you're a trans woman or a strong female or whatever, then you guys go to the front lines and die in Ukraine or something. But if you're a based male, do not join the military.
Been a while.
Man, another woke counter.
Favor you owe me?
I kind of knew that I would have enough material for another woke counter. But like, if these retards, again, they're trying to call me a racist when it's so obvious. So obvious. You would literally have to turn yourself into a retard on purpose to not notice the same exact character being shoved into every game, and they'll all bomb. I don't even know what type of game it is, because that wasn't the point. It could sell 0 copies because it's on Game Pass, first of all, so it doesn't even need to sell. It doesn't even need to sell because, you know, it's gaming Netflix, right? They just want more and more Game Pass subscriptions. It's the same exact thing. It's the shitty Netflix streaming shows. They can fund this woke bullshit off of the millions and millions, and it's Microsoft anyway. They have infinite money. They can afford to lose 1,000,000 times. They're one of the biggest investors, funders, whatever, of BlackRock. Microsoft is. Because they have infinite money. 33 Immortals. Okay. I don't know. It looked like an indie game. A generic indie game. It's funny how you can even say generic indie game. That should be an oxymoron if people were actually creative. But they're not. Someone else might have commented this already, but have you seen the video Bo Black's made about you? No, I don't watch videos made about me. I learned my lesson after the Zero Needs Coffee situation. How that was a complete waste of energy. Cobain, don't you have something better to do? I feel like demodding you was the best decision I've made in recent times, just judging by how full schizo mode you went afterward. An incel, ew. Japanese humor. I love me some Japanese humor. Japanese humor is almost as bad as millennial humor. Close. People seem to not understand that over the course of 10 years, like 99% of the time, basically all the significant people that made that amazing greatest game of all time you're thinking of don't work there anymore. All it takes is 10 years for the entire studio to be replaced. Xbox fans, all 5 of them, will never give up. But dude, video game music's cringy, dude. Dude, I'm a normie and I'm cringing. I don't understand this. It's not familiar to my ears. I know. I fucking hate cinematic tracks. God, I never end up listening to the 11-hour podcast, because why would I? But someone sent me a clip, apparently fucking... There's a clip where they try to mock me saying God of War Ragnarok soundtrack is horrible, and then listen to some generic cinematic Marvel slop and pretend it's good. It's like, you have the musical tastes of like a 12-year-old. How do you find like 5 or 6 people that all have like infantile musical taste? What a joke. What an absolute joke. It's sad that Overwatch's legacy is porn. That's what people are going to remember this shit for at this point. Because the game came out when? Like 2015 or something? Like most people stopped playing it years ago. And Overwatch 2 is just the same game again. They didn't even make the fucking co-op campaign thing they were going to do. Wonder how many people tried to play Persona IRL. Making social links IRL, that would actually be a good activity for everyone to do. From the award-winning creators of Skyrim and Fallout 4. Why would you put Fallout 4 in there? Stop pretending to be proud of Fallout 4. If you're proud of Fallout 4, I hate you even more, Bethesda, you fucking scumbags. Fuck you. Like the trans character, Claire, you know, the shitty race side quest. Why does trans exist when you have full body modification? You don't have to tell someone that you're a man, essentially, by saying you're a trans woman, if the outside of your body is 100% female, and possibly even the inside. You know what I mean? Like, they can replace your entire body with robot parts. Trans woman makes no sense to exist. Mike Pondsmith himself said Cyberpunk is about saving yourself. That's pretty accurate. I mean, he did make... Obviously, he made the game. First Cyberpunk 2020 books, wokeness caused the fall. You know, it's funny. I think someone sent him that line, and he said he didn't write it. Which, you know, obviously, he didn't write all of Cyberpunk. That's always the problem. Like, when you have, like, a big creator, oh, I created this. You created the basic idea. You had help. It's just like with Metal Gear and people bringing up Fukushima again and again since he made the codec calls, right? Obviously, Kojima didn't make everything that is in Metal Gear. He had help. Where's the wokeness? Cyberpunk 2077. I didn't notice it when I was playing the game. It was pretty subtle because the Cyberpunk setting isn't really woke, but like I said, Claire Russell's trans when trans shouldn't even exist in 2077. It makes no sense. It's crazy how much worse character design is in modern times. If you compare something like this to Golden Axe, which just has standard classic medieval fantasy style, all the characters are distinct. I don't even like beat 'em ups really, but like seriously, compare Golden Axe to this. Like, remember, isn't it just Art 101 that you know a good character design simply by this silhouette, right? You know exactly who it is. And, you know, obviously, you guys have probably seen one of those images where it's like, oh, you can easily see, like, SpongeBob or, like, Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy or, you know, and there's all sorts of cartoon characters to show how effective the silhouettes are. Those weren't even characters.
The modern era.
That's what I want to hear. No such thing. No such thing as bring into the modern era and then maintain anything. No. Bring to the modern era means massacring what made something good. Period. That's all that means. It never means maintain the soul of the original.
From the RPG masters at Obsidian.
RPG Masters of Obsidian. How can you even say that with a straight face anymore? They haven't made a good game in like 10 years. He's lying. Don't believe him. Philly's a sneak. I don't believe anything he says. The fact... I remember people trying to shill him for so long. But he hasn't actually done anything. Xbox Series S. That's the piece of shit, though. Wait a minute. This is the thing that developers are claiming is holding back gaming. Now, that we all know that's bullshit. Don't buy into that for a second. The greatest games ever made were all made like 20 years ago on, you know, piece of shit hardware by today's standards. So every time these, you know, Indian janitors or, you know, the diversity higher danger hair people might as well have the qualifications of an Indian janitor. Every time they tell you it's not powerful enough, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
We've ever built. So
stop saying we. Bethesda made it. Just because you bought Bethesda does not mean it's we. Xbox did nothing.
Thanks to all of you, from the Elder Scrolls to Fallout. We love creating these worlds and playing in them.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies.
Over 1,000 worlds.
That's how you know it's gonna be shit. I'll say it again. 1,000 planets means garbage. People can't even count to 1,000. The amount of people who dislike like that Starfield showcase video thing I did, I was right. Everyone knows I was fucking right. 1,000 planets means trash.
That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. Oh god, he did it again. It's just like the mountain quote. That moon is actually there. I get what he's saying. It's not a skybox, right? I get it. I do get it. I'm not retarded. I get it. But I don't care. It even looks like No Man's Sky, but with a more realistic art style. No! Oh my god. Come on, guys. Come on. Just look at this. Take the fucking rose-tinted glasses off. Take the fucking hype meter off. Look at this, dude. Guys, it's gonna suck. This is No Man's Sky. It's Fallout 4 combined with No Man's Sky. That's what this is. This is the worst possible game they could have made. The worst. You know what? If you love No Man's Sky, good for you, dude. I'm not gonna take this away from you. This is not what an RPG fan wanted. You're not an RPG fan, period, if you're like, yes, this is what I wanted. Fuck you. Fuck you. Stop lying, bitch. If you're trying to say Fallout 4 was a good action-adventure game, I'm sorry, you just have shit taste. I'm sorry. Fallout 4 was not good at anything. I mean, basically nothing. Even the shooting, which people say is the good part,
is not good by FPS standards. It's only good by Bethesda combat standards. Why? The fact that gamers tolerate mediocrity is why I have no respect for them. Zero. Like, if you watch Transformers 4, are you like, wow, what a great fucking movie. Now, let's talk about Transformers 4 some more. That's the equivalent of you guys praising Fallout 4. Yeah, it's not the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. Holy fuck, is that our standards now? Do you people actually watch my channel? Do we have some more tourists in the chat?
When they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest
Improvements don't show a white man.
Generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities.
For the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Nothing worth finding. 1,000 planets. 1,000. 1,000 planets. Modern video games can't make one goddamn country be filled with content. So yeah, again, they still are doing their theme park style world design, which isn't terrible. I still like Fallout 3. I acknowledge Fallout 3, terribly written game. But the theme park style world design, where it's just like, okay, here's the cannibal town, which makes no sense because raiders are already cannibals. You discover the raiders are cannibals in the first hour of the fucking game when you go to the elementary school. But regardless, here's the town with a sniper and a bunch of mines everywhere. You know, stuff like that. Like, that's fine. The Republic of Dave. You can name a bunch of, like, iconic Fallout 3 locations. Like, Fallout 4 isn't even a bad game. It's just extremely disappointing. Extremely, like, unambitious and just, like, shits all over the Fallout universe. And has the worst fucking main story quest line of any game Bethesda's made. It's... God damn, it sucks. The fact that anybody here is defending Fallout 4 is like, you clearly are not a fan of the channel. I think Mahler even claimed to be Jewish at some point, which I don't really believe it. He looks like just an ugly fat Anglo to me. Very fat. Very ugly. The fact that someone like him made fun of my appearance, like, holy shit. Does he know his face is out there on the internet? Because I feel like he has to know that. I'm 1/8 Jewish and I revoked Mahler's J card. Alright, well, there you go. This game is real art. I'm not overly pretentious with my definition of art. I honestly just think that shit, it's out of hand a lot. One of you guys talk shit about the new Hitman games at some point. But, and I will say, they don't have the most complex stealth mechanics, but it's just the interactivity with all the NPCs that really sells those games. Saw some of Mahler's fans on Reddit saying they want to be seen by the left as reasonable, and that people like you taint the right. They're not even right-wing, though. I don't know why they're pretending to be right-wing. They're centrists at best. I'm obviously nebulously right-wing, as I've said. I really don't think being a centrist really exists anymore, though. Like, that's just not really a real position. It's just a contrarian position or a coward position now. Why these people want validation so much from the left? They're pathetic. Well, that's why. It's your own question, NP. They, I think on some level, well, one, they're sheep. You know, they worship the EFAP opinions like they're correct opinions. Probably a lot of them don't have any friends because a lot of normies sold out because of low testosterone. Sphere Hunter is playing a character named Stella in the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC. Is that actually true? Or is this just more memes? If that's true, that pretty much just proves... It proves they're going for that ESG money, and yes, I know the Cyberpunk base game had E-celebs in it, but the fact that they're doing a trans E-celeb, specifically, obviously it lends more credence to the BlackRock money that they want. In the Sphere Hunter, man, I literally said that already. I feel like you're asking that as, you know, you're doing a thing. You're trying to entrap me. Pirates make the argument that you actually... If you pirate a game, you own it more than even if you buy it physically, because the data isn't on the disc anymore for physical games. It hasn't been since, like, the beginning of the PS4 generation. They don't have the data on the disc. I know Vaught said the age of consent should be lowered under so yes. That's why I say he's a pedophile, because he actually is a pedophile. Watching this video against you sound way too excited and descriptive with describing your supposed fetish of Zelda Fuda. He's in the wrong, probably hasn't played the game either. Yeah, I'm sure he has an actual Fuda fetish. That's why he would describe it so detailed. The Soy Boy Fratanga is watching you, all his fanboys. I figured. I saw his comment first. I do find it funny he tried to invite me on his podcast, though, after the cringy Zero Needs Coffee shit. I guess he assumed I didn't see it or something. It's impossible when you have a live stream audience. They will tell you when someone has talked about you, because for some reason you guys search my name, I guess, or you recommended it or something. I've never seen this shit. How does it feel to not have any original thoughts of your own and then to just spam the same message over and over again? Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I don't know how you could possibly not be ashamed of yourself if you're actually doing NPC behavior. Like, unironic NPC behavior. Zoomers only care about online drama and cringe moments of E3, not the whole E3 itself. Also, for Tonga rating you reminds me of probably a Fear stream. I take back what I said about the PlayStation Showcase about me wanting the E3 cringe back. This is actually too far. Well, the problem is it's pre-recorded cringe. I like live cringe where it's unintentional. This is intentional cringe, and it's horrible. Don't even say, oh, well, I'll take Viagra or Cialis. Yeah, in your 20s. Yeah, as a healthy male. You fucking... some of you fuckers, stop embracing the horrific, bland punk future that we live in. Have you noticed that leftists have started pretending that not everything is political anymore? I've seen this as a criticism of some of my political takes and videos, that people say I'm making it political, when these people literally said everything is political, not even that long ago. Like, up to like a couple of years ago, I was still hearing everything is political every time people would criticize political games. Now that I'm actually I'm acknowledging everything's political, now they're freaking the fuck out, because they're soulless golem subhumans with no original thoughts. It's crazy. It is absolutely insane how there's like thousands of games in development, and none of them can hold a fucking candle to games that came out 20 years ago. What is the last video game you have genuinely loved or meant something to you, no troll? If we're talking about in terms of like when they released, Monster Hunter World was the last game that I actually really enjoyed most of the time I played it. And Iceborne kind of beat me down eventually. The end game was just not that fun. The base game of Monster Hunter World is probably... it's like in the top 5 games that came out in the past 10 years. Then before that it was Breath of the Wild. And then before that, probably Bloodborne. Yeah, I mean, it's been like 5 years since a really good game came out. Mute this clown, please. No, we need the cringe. You will learn to love the cringe. It's like exposure therapy, right? If you see enough of this cringe, it's not cringy anymore. Now let's see what the people look like in the 13th century. Will it be historically accurate? It would be funny if they went to all this work trying to make it historically accurate, and then it was a super diverse populace. Wow, it didn't take long to answer that question. They didn't show her from the front, but you could tell. You could tell. What the idiots. Fucking idiots. Eat shit, motherfucker. I hope the ESG money was worth it. Female knight, not historically accurate. Fail. Why would you wear like a cuirass, and then you wear a dress under it? That's just kind of bizarre. Like, what if someone decides to attack you below your torso? I don't understand why people still make MMOs when it's obvious that in that genre is a bubble. There's only like 2 or 3 that are actually successful at any given point. If it wasn't for the Chinese players, World of Warcraft would be dead. That's where like most of their player base is. Final Fantasy 14 is like the only one that's like big with the Western audience, as far as I know. At least for things I'm considering an MMO. I mean, if you stretch the definition of MMO, there's more. Korean MMOs are super popular. According to what metric, though? I mean, name some Korean MMOs that people actually talk about. And I don't really care what like Koreans or Japanese are playing. Black Desert, I don't know how popular Black Desert still is. I'll concede it is It is definitely one of the more popular ones. It's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if it's top 10 at least, yeah. Considering how long it's lasted. Obvious 14 isn't Korean. Really? He, they. Why is he, they? Why does a man need attention that badly? She, they. What the fuck? Why? If schizophrenia, that's what the they is. It's the voices in their head. I still remember when people would jerk off indie games. Back a long time ago, when I watched Rags, I know, very cringe, I know. When I watched Rags, I remember he did a video where he was saying how great indie games are, and I'm like, oh my, no. And this was back in like 2015 or something. And I'm like, even back then, I'm like, no. Indie games are still mostly trash. You just only think of the few good ones. Yes, he is a furry, and he's a feral dog fucker furry, no matter what he tells you. Critter love. It even is gay furry shit. They tell you in the title. I think there'll be a gaming crash. No. There's not gonna be a gaming crash. It's just gonna be like modern. In the modern day, things don't crash. People just buy each other. Just like at Microsoft, they bought like 20 studios over the past 10 years. Maybe close to the 30. They bought a shit ton. Yeah, I did play DBZ Kakarot. It was too repetitive. It was okay, though. I didn't hate it. It was alright. It was missed potential. Kakarot could have been great, but they were too afraid to actually write interesting side stories. And all of the new enemies they added, all 5 of them, were very generic looking and stupid. When you fight a robot that is as strong as a Super Saiyan, a fucking generic like Red Ribbon Army robot, then you start asking questions. I definitely started asking questions where I'm like, what the fuck? How is a robot able to fight a Super Saiyan? Oh wait, that's the androids. Fuck the android saga. Cell was the only good part of it. Yeah, JB Hadaraki, yes, someone said this for Hunters and Cyberpunk. That is so sad. That is... God, that's horrible. And because the game has no interactivity, we won't be able to kill her either. How am I not banned by now? That's the real question. I'm glad no real YouTuber has ever seen my chat. And they'd be like, well, there he is. This is proof. He's a neo-Nazi, just look at his chat. And then my channel's banned. End of story. I should count my good graces. You just called for under girl. I'm just respecting her pronouns, dude. Samby, thanks for the 2 pounds. Apparently the next EFAP is on your Zelda review. Oh, great. The more drama. Excellent. Excellent. These motherfuckers can't help themselves. At least I'm getting more views. Having an opinion on the internet is illegal, I guess. And no, I ain't watching it. Didn't watch the last one, not gonna watch this one. Synthetic Man, the last YouTuber. T lists the video before they cover. That's not how it works. The amount of people who downloaded it already, and I would never do that. That's a coward move. People are allowed to have their opinions, no matter how bad they are. Stick with it. Didn't they say they weren't gonna cover me anymore? I think they did, but they have zero principles. They're basically just leftist silly billies at this point. So, I don't know. I guess it's a slow news week or some shit. Careful, Synth. Mauler will comb through the streams. He already... What? Don't you think he's already done that? I'm sure he's gonna post the clip where it took me like 10 minutes to figure out how to spin a windmill. He's very predictable. I mean, I already admitted that was a stupid moment. I'm not pretending it wasn't. I would bet... I don't know how I can give chat. I can't give chat things. If I could gift you guys channel points or something, if they had something like that, I would bet like 100,000 channel points is gonna put the clip where I had a stupid brain moment and put the fucking like the metal plate or whatever it was on the same side to make the water wheel arm super long instead of putting it on the opposite side. You know what I mean? Like, my brain couldn't figure out I was making a water wheel for some reason. Just put up a link to Mauler's Kiwi Farms thread so he can't use the clips. Yeah, I mean, I know it was doxed on Kiwi Farms, but where would I put that on my channel that it would matter? That's the part I'm not understanding. I meant put it at the top of your streams. No, I'm gonna get my channel banned. Like, why do people always suggest, like, doing ban-worthy things? Like, oh, here's the docs to this other famous YouTuber. Yeah, that's a good idea. I will only slightly defend myself in the sense that the physics are stupid cartoon physics. Don't you think there's a reason why turbines on a plane are on the bottom of the wings? because putting them on the top of the wings doesn't generate, you know, lift properly or whatever. I don't know the aeronautics or whatever. Somebody can explain it. But the point is, it didn't occur to me to put the fans on top because that's not how it works in real life, I guess. But it's just cartoon physics. That's basically what the issue was. I was right about the ramp being scripted, though. I mean, I wasn't incorrect. I have no idea what chat kept bringing that up. Oh man, that is just sad that they're covering the Tears of the Kingdom video. That's one of the most positive modern game reviews I've made. People just can't be happy. Unless I'm like deep-throating corporate cock. That's what EFAP. They are pro-corporate. The fandom menace is pro-big corporations now, officially. Officially now, big corporations. Oh, but Nintendo doesn't count. Yeah, whatever, fag. God damn it, I said it. Rusty Cheese Knife, thanks $2. Desired Wolf is editing EFAB's videos. Really? So much for stepping away from the internet. They can't help themselves. Why do people even get bitchy about the F slur when it just generally means someone who's stupid and full of contempt or retarded, right? Because they want power over you. It's the same thing with the N-word, right?
Wait, don't shoot.
All it is about power. The more words you can't say, the more you're forced to respect people you despise. And they don't have to respect you. They can say whatever they want to you. That's the only reason. So much cyberpunk shit. I mean, I do like the synthwave music, but I don't know. It's just weird because it's obvious that all this shit's coming out because of Cyberpunk 2077. Even if the games are nothing like it, it's just Cyberpunk is in because of that. So it feels less unique when there's a lot of games with the style. Altered Alma. Space Opera Metroidvania. How many goddamn Metroidvanias are there now? What's the best platform to play on now? PC, obviously. Especially since modern games suck anyway. So you might as well just emulate old games on PC. If you watch these E3 presentations, they're just horrific. You'll see over 100 games and not one looks good. Games are not made for gamers anymore. I said it years ago. I'll say it again. I keep saying it. If this is what original ideas and original IPs look like, I can see why we get so many remakes and remasters nowadays. Everything we've seen today is shit. Because actually good ideas that would sell don't make it past the pitch phase because they're not woke. It's not about the money. They need to lose not just billions, they need to lose tens of billions for it to even put a dent in the type of insane money these people have. And honestly, they don't even fear losing money. They fear a boogaloo. They fear actual actions being taken. And no, I'm not advocating for actions, don't ban me. But I'm just saying, the only way anything is going to change is if, you know, Fed posty things happen. Mauler, no, you can't hate product, you're supposed to consume product, then decide for next product. I can't imagine the level of cringe that's going to be in that next EFAP.
This next exclusive is anything
well, I'm sure Kiwi Farms will enjoy it at least. It is tiresome to see the thing you love be dead. Like, actually fucking dead. When I first thought of gaming as dying, even I thought at the time it was a slight exaggeration, as much as I hated video games. Who would have thought in just 3 years things would get even worse, like significantly worse in 3 years. In just the short time I've been making videos, gaming has gotten noticeably worse, to the point where there is nothing to be excited for. Dragon's Dogma 2, like I said earlier, is my last hope for AAA gaming. If you go to a thread for a specific person, they don't like that person, so I'd be pretty shocked if the Mulder thread didn't have plenty of more material from this next EFAP. Either way, my Tears of the Kingdom review is one of the more positive videos I've ever made, so it's just, at least of a new game release.
Sorry about
that. It's probably my top 10, like, most positive modern game reviews. Maybe even top 5. I don't know. It's just, that's not a good video to pick. The God of War Ragnarok review was maybe a little too negative and certainly wasn't as coherent as it could have been. But I don't think anybody watches my videos thinking they're video essays. I've never said they were, and I never will say they are, because I don't script them. I don't know what the fuck, like, I'm not gonna watch it though. Even though I'm like slightly curious, even like what they're gonna ham up is like really bad or something. It's Mega Man. This is what I'm saying. Every indie game is derivative. I mean, straight up is just fucking Mega Man and Zero. What are you doing? This is plagiarism. Capcom, sue them. Capcom, sue this man. Yeah, Smallest making another hit piece. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You'd think they would have learned last time. I can't wait to have a bunch of, like, totally natural comments pretending to be fans of me saying, dude, are you gonna address the Mauler controversy? Yeah, I totally last time that was organic as shit, definitely. I love how people can pretend on the internet. Like, people don't fucking get that I've been on the internet my entire fucking life, basically. I can tell the difference between organic comment and a fake one. I'm sorry. And I'm not even talking about bots. I'm talking about tranny Discord brigaders is what I'm talking about, essentially. Those type of people. Are you gonna address them all? Guys, see, there you go. There will be 100 of those comments in a week. I guarantee it. Dude, are you ever gonna shut up? I wish, New Age Drifter. Now I have an excuse to talk about them even more. Even more. If you watched this full 6-hour hit piece, I would think you're a mass fist and a cuck. And you would be right, Cray. You would be right. Which is exactly why I'm not gonna watch it. I think they're actually trying to get my channel banned. That's my theory now. I don't know why, considering they hang out with ER, who has actually has made neo-Nazi videos, but they're ironic neo-Nazi videos. But, you know, ER is fine because it's all Lehekin jokes. Me actually talking about the horrors happening in the world, that's, how dare you? How dare you? How anti-Semitic? You don't even have to name them and it's still anti-Semitic. You won't get banned. You say that. I got shadow banned the last time they covered one of my videos. What do you think the next step is? ZR contacted me or contacted? No, and he never will. He hangs out with the EFAP people. Why would he talk to me? Even if he secretly liked my content, which he probably doesn't, but, I mean, if he did, he wouldn't talk to me. Yeah, how dare I care about things that affect millions of people? The well-being of society. How dare I care about the well-being of society? How does that affect me? Mike, thanks for $5. You know what the problem is? They taught creative people how to be creative. It's all an algorithm. Nothing comes from the heart anymore. Well, Mauler has the planet-sized ego, and you've called him out several times. Yeah, but I don't even know if he streamed Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think I mentioned him while playing it, or if I did, it was just some person bring up the EFAB drama for the millionth time. So this time he doesn't even have a personal vendetta other than the fact that I just keep talking shit and will continue to talk shit for the rest of my time on this platform about whoever I want because it's my channel and there's nothing you can do to stop me until I'm banned. Period. Just like I said in the last video. You can't stop me. And that's what makes them seed the most. That they know they can't stop me. Often, thanks $5. ER toned his videos down way more after the Steven Universe video he submitted pretending to be based. Yeah, he still makes race jokes, though. I mean, I agree with you. But in the Little Mermaid video, he made racist jokes multiple times. Now, of course, to a normal person, normal, people wouldn't consider that racist. But in the modern day, there absolutely would be considered a racist joke. Yeah, obviously are hired hit pieces for some network, trying to get consent for shady moves on other channels. Classic, they need to fuck up. Like I said, I don't want to say that it's like the Phantom Menace as a whole or anything, but I would not be shocked if, like, good old Gary or one of the others essentially, I don't know. Mauler, though, it's his ego, I think. Just the fact I talk shit about him, that hurts his fee-fees, even though he's like 30 years old or some shit. You know, he's an obese, loser, Anglo, fatty, ugly person. So he's like, oh, I can't believe he's always making fun of me. Rusty Cheese Knife, thanks $2. EFAB hates freedom of speech on the internet. They do. Was it Rags who said that I'm the reason we shouldn't have freedom of speech? That is the most leftist thing. How can they pretend to not be leftist? That is absolutely a left-wing talking point that we've heard a bunch of times already. Chiz's Kingdom video blew up, and though Mauler will deny it, but he stalks you online. Yes, he does stalk me online, but it only blew up because of Twitter and Vosh, though. Like, it didn't really blow up. It's only at 122,000 views. I used to get those kind of views regularly before I was shadow banned. If you look at my TV reviews, I was getting like 300,000 views on the first episode. Don't give them material, man. Just wait out the storm. No, dude. If this Mauler is such a colossal loser that he's willing to watch 20 hours of streams because I talk shit about him. Do you not think he has plenty of material to get me banned by now? Do you really not think, out of all the things we've talked about on these streams, he has so much material to work with? Let's be real. If I get banned, you'll become the next synthetic man, you guys. Yeah, I hope there's some copycat channels. Yeah, I can absolutely bench press more than Mauler. There's no way Mauler even lifts. I know, but I would rather this channel die with a bang and not a whimper, so you're right, lol. I would say the last video was a pretty good bang. If you don't think that the last video is going to be in the hit piece, because remember, they included my comment response of God of War Ragnarok in the last hit piece, so they're definitely going to include my mega schizo rant where I call out all these silly billies. I had to stop myself there. I already pre-said the F slur again in my head. That last video, which all you guys loved, I saw, you know, very based. That will definitely be in the hit piece, 100%. It's a great video. Definitely one of my best videos is that comment response. Because I pretty much just gave out all my thoughts. We're not even watching this. How much longer is this? This has been going for like this has been going for an hour and a half. Holy shit. An hour and a half of nothing. This is about as long as the Xbox showcase was now. I don't know how much longer I can take this shit. All is said that his community of autistics and retards and himself don't have the improved gamer physique that you have. I bet they're the average Marvel fan graphic tee plus glasses. Yeah, just look up Mauler's face. It's worse than you think. I'm assuming someone's lurking the Discord, right? Because all these channels always have a Discord where they announce this stupid shit. And whoever said it said, and they were right last time, whoever said originally that EFAP was going to do something on the God of War Ragnarok. Now, it's probably not the same guy, but regardless, I'm assuming they're getting the info from either Twitter or Discord. So, yeah, I would say it's most likely accurate. Watch Cobain become a Mauler fan. Every time I think I regret a decision, then I don't. Am I gonna beat the Mauler boss? Yeah, here we go. It's already started. We're never gonna stop talking about Mauler now. It's just never gonna happen. They're gonna continue. I love how it's ironic. I think if I recall correctly, before they watched my God of War Ragnarok review, they actually stopped doing video responses for a while, which is ironic given that's what EFAP got famous for. And now I guess I'm the guy that they have to react to. Have they even react to anyone else in between back then and now? I'm an acceptable target. They will continue to pretend that they're not leftists while doing all the things leftists do. And Mauler will continue to collect a check from Friday Night Tights and the real BBC or whatever. I mean, I read it in the chat, you know, that you guys are like, well, does he even have a life outside of his channel? And the more I think about it, he probably doesn't, if you think about it. Because how the hell does he have time to do like 3 or 4 podcasts? Though, I guess maybe because he doesn't actually make videos anymore, right? He hasn't made a video in like 10 months or some shit. His last one was the Doctor Strange 2. We've covered other channels who hardly have any following. Not sure what the logic behind that is. They're cowards. That's it. They refuse to attack anyone bigger than themselves now. All EFAB and Phantom Menace basically still shill for the products they pretend to hate. No matter how far a franchise has fallen, they still consume Disney product as if anything will change. If they want to pull the reviewer excuse, that's fine, but I don't really think they're really reviewers. They're more like just, I almost want to say cultural commentators, I guess. They comment on products. It's like vaguely political because unfortunately consumer products are political. Opinions on Vosh's hit piece on you. I never watched it and I probably will never watch it. There's no point in watching hit pieces. People just want attention. That's what I learned my lesson with the Zero Needs Coffee thing. I told it. Even though it was kind of funny, it ultimately was just not really worth it. That's the one thing people can't take away from my channel is the honesty. It's always the thing I get praised for. Because there's just no point in lying, man. It's not like anyone ever offered me a shit ton of money. And I'm sure as hell not gonna lie to be popular. That's always the stupid shit. God, you still get retards pretending that you can make more money talking about negativity than positivity. You actually have to be stupid. Like, actually stupid to think that. Why would you make more money shitting on a product than praising it? People actually pay you to praise products and pay you significantly more money than you make through ad revenue, no less. But no, you'll still see, I've still seen that shit, and I'm like, man, how do you get up in the morning? How do you remember to breathe? If it wasn't an automated process, you would fucking die about negativity making more views. It's like, that's patently not true. It's observably not true on YouTube. If you could search any game name, and the first 5 results are going to be something positive about it, unless it is a universally criticized game. You know, a universally accepted to be shit game, like Gollum. Like, obviously, no one's going to praise Gollum. But Tears of the Kingdom, the first, 10 results, and no, that doesn't mean search it, because you guys watch me, so obviously I'm going to come up, because YouTube is going to show you things you watch. But if you go in incognito mode and search Tears of the Kingdom, guarantee the first 10 results are positive. Guarantee it. Efab's vid on you is the most viewed thing they made since then. Honestly, I think that's partially because they lost fans after the video on me. Because it was, like, I don't know, it was too ridiculous. Looked up Synthetic Man, the first recommended search is Synthetic Man is bad. Because people are so offended by me giving my opinion on video games that a shit ton of people search that exact... Whoa, I don't even know if there's a popular video called Synthetic Man is bad. It's just that many people search that. I don't even purposely try to trigger people most of the time. I just am very highly critical. Now, when I talk about politics, like that last video, that was 100% inflammatory, just like the second Doom Eternal video. This is the second worst minigame in the game. The worst one being that fishing one. So hopefully I can do this in one try, just like that one. This fucking dude, fucking shout in my ear doesn't help. What? I didn't even see him. Didn't even fucking see him. He's probably on the far right or the far left. And the same lines over and over again does not help. Thank God.
You sure know how to shoot. Thanks a heap for the help.
Boy, are you happy that the cucks that got triggered over Tears of the Kingdom video are still seething in the comments? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm happy about it. Like I said in the response video, well, I don't want the human race to be pathetic, but here we are. I knew I missed too many shots. This is starting to piss me off. My gut tells me Vosh is a fed or a paid actor. I definitely think he's certainly controlled by something. Definitely. Because there's no way he should be as popular as he is. At least with, you can definitely explain it away easily with Hassan. With, his relation to Cenk Uygur, his physical appearance, or whatever. With Vosh, it doesn't make any logical sense why anyone watches him outside of, like, really pathetic Redditor communists. I just search your name on YouTube and it gets a lot of seething grift videos after your own results. A lot of, you won't believe someone thinks X. I know. Someone thinking different? How could someone not think the hive mind opinion, dude? What year do they think it is? Go back to 2016. You have an original thought? Go back to 2016. I wish that was an exaggeration, but it really isn't. There we go again. We ain't doing this again. Listen. I ain't gonna begrudge anybody who doesn't know anything about lookism, but, I mean, you probably could stand to benefit to look into it. I'm about to make a vid on Jak and Daxter's Vogue LMAO. Damn, you showed me, Overlord. Joke's on you, I already reviewed this game, which you would know if you actually watched the channel. I don't know, like, I hate retarded people. I do. I hate them. They make me mad. That's what gets me. Like, to troll me, all you have to do is pretend to be retarded. And I guess you got me. You got me by by pretending to be retarded. I always put that in quotes because it's never pretending. Then, well, you got a reaction out of me. Congratulations. YouTube comments remind me of old Xbox live chat when playing COD, LMAO. Very keynote back then, always humorous when people spurgot and act like man children. Yeah, unfortunately, because of the rampant shadow banning, you really can't. And in this case, I don't mean shadow banning of channels. I mean shadow banning of comments, which they do. Any key search terms, they'll let your comment go through, but then no one can see it. So yeah, you can't really be nearly as mean as you used to be. That's why the unwhipped cream thing was kind of funny to me. My brother had to explain that it was a it's a race insult. Insults based on white skin are lame, like Mayo Monkey Cracker, but for black people, you only need the N-word. Yeah, Mayo Monkey makes no sense. It's just weird projection. I mean, I don't need to go all, you know, I'll be slightly careful about my words here, but generally, studies seem to show that people find white people the most attractive in general. Obviously, this doesn't mean all white people are attractive. Mauler's a good example of that. Mayo Monkey it makes no sense. It's just projection. There she is. Who everyone was waiting for.
So little effort. No fun at all.
What a great character design that we never get anymore. Awooga.
They have graciously agreed to help us on a little project.
The world to our liking.
She even has ass crack hanging out. You guys saw that. It's a kid's game. Come
We've
on.
had to scrape by with what little dark eco we could find near the surface.
It was a better time.
But
Big. Big plans.
Hey guys, keep collecting power cells. They're the key to continuing our journey north.
Never forget what we lost. Rip PS2 era babes. It's over. Chat has really gotten to the point where they got nothing left to say. I don't blame you. There's been too much streaming going on. There's nothing to talk about. I mean, and you would think that we could talk about the games we were just showing, but there's nothing. I mean, what is there to talk about? Hey, look, are you gonna play that shitty game? No, no one's playing whatever shitty game. Waller already going through the archive right now. I'm sure he has been for the last few weeks. I'm sure he's been enjoying, you know, pretending to hate my edgy humor and loving ER's videos. I'll never get over that. It's dumb. I don't know how you could reconcile those two things in your head. Probably because he's not as smart as he thinks he is. If you say it, you have to say it with a hard R. Otherwise, you're not saying it. Gamer. Yep, that's the only hard R I'll say. Gamer.